Hey, welcome to Business Small Business Show. I've got Josh Blakely with me today.
Hello, everyone.
And you're from JBL Marketing?
JBL Digital Marketing.
There you go. Sorry. I talked to a few people. I keep getting I had the important part. I knew who I was talking to this time, so I'm getting better. Now, Josh, I want to, this A+ marketing method and digital marketing, I mean, really, why? I mean, why should people bother about this?
Okay, so a little bit about the A+ marketing method.
I want to know digital marketing in general. Why should anyone worry about digital marketing at all?
Why? Well, I'd like people to have a think about if they've had a service recently that they've been looking for, or even an item, a product. What do you do to go find it? If you're actively looking for it, a lot of the times you're going to be finding a digital way to find it.
I have read that 97% of sales, people will at some stage in their decision-making process be searching online. They'll go to the web to find out stuff, right? So to me, that kind of says why digital marketing. So now that we've got that aside, so who can benefit from using digital marketing?
Well, if you're a business owner, having any sort of digital presence is going to be a positive for your business. So everyone in this group, it doesn't matter the platform, some sort of digital marketing will be beneficial to your business.
Absolutely. Now we will go a little bit more specifically into your A+ method, because you do have a niche client, which you tell people have a niche client. So who specifically does this help?
So we specifically work with business owners who are service-based, and they're getting their clients from their local area.
Cool. Okay. So if you're a business owner that largely services people, and your local area could be Southeast Queensland, right? Your local area doesn't have to just be Geebung or wherever. So if you're a service business that really is hunting for local people who are going to be searching, whose likely search is, hey, I'm looking for an accountant in Geebung. That's the ideal client for you.
That's right. Yeah.
Let's word this differently. These are the people you help best.
That's right. Yeah.
Cool. So why you? Now, Josh, tell us a little bit about your background. How did you come to be running JBL Digital Marketing?
Look, I came into JBL Digital Marketing. My background as a teacher. Been involved in other businesses before, money coaching, helping people get in control of their finances, real estate development, and particularly through the money coaching side of the thing, I saw the massive need for able to market yourself and learn how to explain what you do to people who are finding you online, because that was an online-only business. And through that, I found this incredible community group of people who were doing website optimization, search engine optimization, and they had this method for helping business owners in their local area. And so I became a part of that and launched my business out of that.
That's really cool. So digital marketing has had a checkered career, I think would be a cool way, a realistic way of putting it. It's had its share of rogues. It's had its share of people who have achieved awesome results. And, we haven't got to where we are today, but like all professions, all professions start with, there's some few people coming from a great space of heart, really great intentions and there's a few snake oil salesmen and whatever. Every industry has gone through that to get where they are today, and digital marketing is no different. When we think about that, we think, hey, the government was even launching an inquiry into SEO and that sort of stuff and what's actually happening. And I actually think that a lot of this is because so many people in that digital marketing and SEO type space try and pretend it's all a secret. But it's not actually a secret, is it?
I mean, not really. Like a lot of things in business, we have YouTube and all these incredible how-to sites. The information is out there, but it is out there. So
the information's out there. The information is definitely out there. It's not really a secret. But on top of that, it's not magic either. There is actually a process that you need to go through for this to work, right?
Yeah.
And that process is time consuming. And this is why SEO comes in a great range of prices. And we're just talking about SEO, but all digital marketing, you've got to build campaigns. You've got to build your content. You've got to build and all this stuff takes time, right?
Yeah.
And this is what I guess a lot of digital marketing people forget to tell people. They try and pretend it's magic and a secret and magic, right? And whenever I hear that something is a secret and magic, my walls start coming up, right? And so I want to help you today demystify a little bit about that. And you've got your A+ marketing method, which can help us demystify that a little bit. So I'm really glad that you're here sharing that with us today. So tell us in the 3-second version, the digital marketing method, what is it? The A+ digital marketing method, what is it?
The A+ digital marketing method, it's a way to grow your business online. So what it does, it sets up predominantly your web presence. The website is a core of that to bring in more leads and grow your business.
Fantastic. Now there's 5 steps you told me. So let's just run through the 5 steps and then we'll go into them in detail. But the 5 steps are?
So the 5 steps, first step is aim. So looking at your target market, who you want as clients. The second step is attention. So this is all about your web presence there, who's looking at you. The third step is assurance. So that's all to do with your reputation online, reviews, what people are saying about you. The fourth step is association. So who you're associating with, not only in person as your business, but also online. Google knows who's connected to your website and your presence. So you want to have good quality association there. And then the fifth area is avenues. So once you've got that core down, what other avenues are appropriate for your marketing in the digital space?
Fantastic. So it's not really A+, it's really A to the power of 5, but we'll get to that.
Sure, I'll go with that.
Let's go through each of those steps so that I can understand them a little bit better, because, I am, look, I know enough to be dangerous about a lot of things, and dangerous I am. So let's have a chat about this.
Sure. So we could start with the first step, the aim. So this is all about, who are you targeting right now? Who do you want to work with? Why do you want to work with those people? And the interesting thing about this step here is with your aim is if you niche down into a particular area, then everyone in that space are going to see you as the expert. And also you're the one who's going to stick out across your industry that specializes in that. And that comes with opportunity to be even better at what you do and to charge, there's a premium price on you doing that too.
It also comes down to the paradox of choice. So, years ago, I read this book called The Paradox of Choice. And basically in that, they talked about a jam factory that had 24 jams, but it was being absolutely smashed by its competitor that only had 3 jams, right? And what they found, they brought people in to do lots of different market research testing and all that sort of stuff. And what they found is that with 24 different choices, they didn't know which one they wanted, but as soon as they went to the competitor, they knew that they wanted raspberry, strawberry, or plum jam, or whatever, right? And it was really obvious which choice they wanted. But when they had 24 choices, they wanted a little bit of this with a little bit of that. And could I combine the two and get some? And it all got too hard. And think about when you go out to a restaurant, same story here. Think about when you go out to a restaurant and it's got, an awesome, and you'll be sitting there for, 25 minutes staring at this menu and thinking, oh, that'd be awesome. Oh, wouldn't that be fantastic? If they've only got 5 choices, it's really easy to make. So here's where having aim is really, really special.
Yeah. Powerful. And it doesn't mean people aren't
dangerous.
That's right. And it doesn't mean if you're targeting that market that other people are not going to choose you at all.
Absolutely. So. That's the funny thing that I find in what I've done throughout time is sometimes the more focused you get, the more other people come off and you find out that they're in a similar industry and need the same style of service, and you can service them without, really deferring away from your core business. And it makes it a really easy decision. Does this client fit my business, or does this client, am I going to have to do something really super bespoke and that's going to take me off track and not be very good value for money? So awesome. Aim, understand exactly, get specific about what you're looking for and know that and promote that.
Yeah, definitely. So that's the first step. The second step is attention. So this is all based around your website presence. So website is key, because the great thing about having your website is in the kind of lower sense of it, people can find your website without you having to pay heaps of money to bring them there. It's like the best foundation you can get, and so having that ready and keyword optimized, so that from the digital marketing SEO space is, what are people typing into Google or other search engines? Those are the people that are actively looking for what you provide. So by getting your website set up and optimized for those search terms, there's opportunity for you there to be ranking higher on Google, and that means people coming to your page, you've got the opportunity for them to contact you, fill in a quote form, and those types of things, so that you can start generating leads yourself.
Absolutely. And if people are confused about keywords and all that sort of stuff, and look, it's a technical term, but it's, as Josh said, it is literally what are people most likely going to type into Google? And there's different tools around that. In fact, I'm doing a show next week, I've already got booked in, about identifying the right keywords, and it is a plural, for your business. So we'll talk about that. Josh knows about this too, but yeah, we've got another show if you just want a 15-minute version next week. So attention. So getting the right attention, being there for people to find you, have your website. Yep. So it's not just about looking pretty though, is it?
No, I mean, a nice website is great, but it's kind of like if you had a car, that's the outside appearance of your car too. But if you want to actually, rank up on the Google listings, you've got to have your engine in order. You've got to have the right fuel in there. So that's a lot of the back end technical SEO side of things that you need for your website.
That's fantastic. So what's and this is about taking stuff beyond paid advertising and all that sort of stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
So that you don't have to pay to acquire every lead that you have.
That's right. Yeah, if you're relying solely on paid advertising, that gets expensive. But the whole avenue here of website and search optimization is you could be building your brand, and you can do all the for sure as well. You've got to work out what's best for your business and your marketing budget. But the website over time, that's you don't have to pay for that.
Cool. Assurance. So your third one was assurance. Are we ready to go to that?
Yeah, let's do it. So assurance is, when people see you online, do they feel like they've got faith in you? Do you look credible? What's your reputation like? So a lot of that is getting, good quality reviews, having a system in place to collect reviews from your customers. And look, it doesn't even always have to be customers. It can be other business owners. Maybe you're helping out someone else. And your expertise is shown indirectly, or maybe you're helping out someone else's client. So there are lots of ways you can look into doing that and getting yourself reviewed. And then you also want to be reviewed well by Google. So you've got to make sure that everything on your makes sense and relates to what you're doing, because Google rewards that too.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So it's about reviews, testimonials, case studies, and going to, and making sure that you're getting them out there, and that you're no longer your location's or your industry's best kept secret. This is the thing.
Yeah.
Australians want to be humble. I'm going to encourage everyone to embrace their inner American, right? Every American is the world's best, the greatest. All you got to do is look at Donald Trump, and he is the epitome of Americans as we see them. They are magnificent marketing machines, and we're too busy being humble and, oh my gosh, I can't be too proud of what I've done and all that. So be proud of what you've achieved. Be proud of what you know. Be proud of how you help people. Get these reviews. Build your test cases. Build your case studies, okay? And get these testimonials out there so that people know that you are truly awesome at what you do.
That's right.
So, yeah. You don't have to have an accent though, okay? Just stay with the Australian accent, please.
Yeah. So look, that's on the point 4. Yeah, point 4 is your association. So obviously, right now with COVID, Zoom meetings, virtual meetings are all over the place, and it's actually, I feel this way. I'm not sure about other people, but I found the crazy amount of networking opportunities I've had in these last 2 months. It's been a lot. It's been really good. So associating with other business owners, talking to each other there, and, how could you maybe partner with other businesses to help your particular target market? If you can find a target market that you both serve and you're not competing with each other, you can pair up and add massive value there too. So that's the side of things. The Google side of things.
Yeah, sorry, go for that.
The Google side of things, Google knows what other websites are associating with your website. So that's the more technical side of SEO there as well, that making sure you've got your website linked to others. And you can do that if you're doing guest posts on other people's sites, or if you're doing podcasts and they're putting your website link in there. There's some kind of quick organic ways you can do it for yourself.
Come on. And we were talking before this show, and you said, and you should get on to a number of other
business directories.
That's the one.
Yeah, definitely. Getting your business, and you've got to make sure you're using the same name, address, and phone number across as many business directories as you can, relevant to your industry and what you do. Google rewards that too. Google sees that in the background. That's going to help you from Google side. And of course, you're in a business directory like a Brisbane small business where you get to meet.
Oh, look, absolutely. Look, I've been shouting it from when we started up. I shouted it out because I'd been speaking to a lot of people who were involved in digital marketing and SEO and that sort of stuff, and went, hey, if everyone in our community was on the same site, even if nobody else went to that site, they'd get a boost of their own website because of that association with all of those other businesses and that sort of stuff, assuming that a few people went to that site anyway, which is happening. So no, that's really cool. So business directories. We also talked about, and in the association, I think we also talked about doing work with others. If you can't afford to do, buy a lot of services, you were talking about potentially, swapping services. Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, if money is a challenge right now, maybe trading time for time with another business owner. You're both serving each other. You've got your reviews, testimonials, case study you could pull out of that. You could even pair. Actually, you got a point on this one.
I know I do. This is one of my real passions, right? I have lots of real passions, but this is one of them. You see, I want you not just to swap time, but to bill each other, right? Now, Josh, if I bill you $1,000 and you bill me $1,000, neither of us have to pay any more tax on that. Get over this whole, we've got to go to barter card or some other system like that. We can do this, and the Australian government goes, well, that's a tax deduction and that's a tax deduction. So ultimately, you've got $1,000 of revenue and $1,000 of expenses, as long as they're both for business purposes.
Yeah.
And they net each other out, and you're not paying any tax on it. So bill each other, because at the end of the day, if you've been swapping, let's say I had no money, but I swapped all my services all week for a whole year, and that was the work that I did. If I didn't bill anyone and all I got was services, I'm going to feel like crap because I've made no revenue, right? Yeah. However, if I've billed people and they've billed me, I've made no profit, but I can see $100,000 revenue or $200,000 revenue. Yeah. And all of a sudden, hey, my business is going good.
You see your own value.
And you see your own value. And that's the true point of it. So please, if you're going to exchange services, find a price that is suitable and both of you work to that price and charge honestly. Don't go, oh, well, if it's inequitable, make the hours so that it's equitable, right? So please, it's all about preserving your sense of value. It's all about doing that. And on the other side of it, when I've seen people swap hours for hours, more often than not, somebody feels ripped off, right? If not both parties. And that's the absolute worst scenario, that I've swapped time with you and I feel ripped off and you feel ripped off. And that really sucks, I've got to say, Josh, because both of us then have a really bad taste in our mouth about working with the other person when we had really good intentions going into it in the first place. So we don't want that to happen. So bill each other, short thing there. Association, get on lots of different directories, find out who can make you look good. And if that's, writing guest blogs, as you said, on other people's sites and that sort of stuff, do that. So there's your association stuff, the networks, the other people that you're associated with. Look for how that can enhance your value. And the fifth point, we are finally up to 5.
The point 5 is your avenues. So once you've got those 4 other key steps down, the 5th area, by this point, you should be rolling in with leads, and your business is growing, your marketing budget's expanding. And if, maybe you were doing a few other avenues along the way, but looking at where else, paid advertising is a big part of it. Where else can you be bringing leads in just to really, drive exponential growth for your business there? So knowing where your audience is really important, and, get around your industry, Facebook groups, networking events and things like that, because they'll be a great source of seeing what's working for other businesses in those space. Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, where can you be bringing in?
I don't know any of those dances. I'm going to tell you here, I do not have TikTok. But yeah, think about the different avenues. Think about where your clients are going to be. There's no point being on TikTok if your clients aren't on TikTok, or if influence over your, hey, if you are targeting mothers, maybe you should be on TikTok, do something truly awesome. So the kids are going, Mom, look at this, look at this, look at this. I know a cleaner that picked up a whole lot of work by doing silly little TikTok dance videos right at the very start, right? And it was, of course, the kids were going, Mom, look how cool this lady is. She's in our area, right? And she got the gig, right? All for doing silly little TikTok stuff. But I say silly little, I don't mean that in a derogatory way, but it was, just a bit of fun. Yeah. So yeah, pick the avenues that's going to be there and which are going to maximize your business. Josh, I love that. I love your 5 A's: aim, attention, assurance, association, and avenues. And as I said, I really think it's A to the power of 5, not A plus, 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 or whatever, if I didn't get the right number in there.
Okay.
So I want everyone to think about this. If you are down on time, or if you've got more time than you want because you don't have as many clients as you'd like right now, think about utilizing this time, I keep saying it, to work on your business, so that as you come out the other side, you're in much better shape than you were when you started, because they're the people who are going to win the recovery. Okay? Those that can run faster are going to be and cover more ground. They're going to be winning the recovery. So I want every member of Brisbane Small Business to be winning the recovery, not being left behind.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I'm going to go have a 2-second plug about the e-petition that I've lodged in Parliament, because I think it's really important. And it is about the Queensland government, apart from missing us completely with their different initiatives. And sure, a few people got in loan applications, but by and large, I can promise you it was big business got stuff into the loan applications. The average loan is for $150,000 so far. As of yesterday, over 2,000 loans had been admitted for $3.25 million. I did the maths. 151,000 was the average loan. Now, the average turnover of small business is 286,000. I don't think there's too many small businesses in that loan application data so far. Then there's payroll tax, and none of us really have payroll tax because we don't have $1.3 million of payroll. I wish we did.
Yeah.
I wish with the 2.2 people that each of us employ that we had a payroll of $1.3 million, we would all be very happy. But sadly, that's not the case. We have an average turnover of 286,000. So jump on, sign the petition, and let's get the Queensland government to actually start treating the industry of small business seriously. We employ 44% of the state. So jump in and sign it, but also share it so that all your colleagues that are in Brisbane, that are in small business, see it. I don't care whether they're in Brisbane small business or not. I don't care if they're in Mackay. I don't care if they're in Townsville or anywhere else. I want hundreds of thousands of people signing this to show the Queensland government that we do matter and that we should have a voice in Parliament. Did you know that DETSB is one of the smaller departments, and they cover small business, tourism, small business training and education, right, as well as small business. And it's one of the smaller government departments. And yet we employ 44% of the state. I'll get off my soapbox. I want everyone to remember Josh's 5 A's, okay? aim, attention, assurance, association, and avenues. Josh is going to have a downlink in the stuff down here.
Yeah, look, if
Before
you're
the end of today, Josh is going to have that link. It might take him a little bit of time because he doesn't have a landing page.
I do have a link for the A+ marketing method audit. If you want us to go through your website, your online marketing, we go through each of those steps in a personalized video for you, which is called the Biz Growth Game Plan. So we'll have that link down there for you.
So why did you not tell me that before? Anyway, so that's the link that he's going to put here, which will be absolutely fantastic. Thanks very much for your time. Thanks for sharing. I love your A+ method. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I do believe that if people were doing this while they're not as busy and they're focusing on, they're getting JobKeeper, so their base pay's covered, and they're using the time to work on the business, this is a great thing to do. So thanks very much for your time today, Josh. I really appreciated the chat. Have you got any last words?
No, likewise. Look, I just want to thank you, Kevin, for putting this together. I mean, this group is huge, and I just really loved it. With this petition, with all the businesses banding together here, you know, there's a real voice for this community in the state, and I know there's other areas of business and industry that have been able to petition against some changes in the Queensland government, particularly real estate industry, and that was a positive one. So I believe we can do the same.
Absolutely. Look, thanks very much for your time, Josh. Thanks for a wonderful presentation. I really did enjoy it.
Thanks, Kevin.